Dear students, I am Salim Ahmed Qasmi, faculty of English at Ajmal Senior Secondary School. आज मैं इस वीडियो में आप लोगों के सामने प्रेजेंट करने वाला हूं। आप लोगों के लिए लेकर आया हूं क्वेश्चन बैंक के एडिशनल इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस, जिसमें होंगे वेरी शॉर्ट टाइप क्वेश्चंस 1 मार्क के, शॉर्ट टाइप क्वेश्चंस 2 से 3 मार्क्स के और ऐसे टाइप क्वेश्चंस 4 से 5 मार्क्स के, और इसी तरह रेफरेंस टू कॉन्टेक्स्ट आरटीसी क्वेश्चंस। तो आइए स्टार्ट करते हैं, बट स्टार्ट करने से पहले आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है कि अगर आप लोगों ने अब तक मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो प्लीज सब्सक्राइब कर ले, क्योंकि मैं अपने चैनल पर आपके इंग्लिश, ऑल्टरनेटिव इंग्लिश और दूसरे जितने भी आपके सब्जेक्ट्स है क्लास 11, क्लास 12, 10th, 9th के और इसी तरह कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स के हर तरह के टॉपिक के हर तरह के क्वेश्चन आंसर में अपलोड करने की कोशिश करता हूं। और मेरे चैनल पर आपको ये सारी चीजें एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म पर मिल जाएगी। और जिन स्टूडेंट्स को एग्जाम में एक्सेलेंट रिजल्ट का एक्सपेक्टेशन है तो मेरे चैनल को जरूर सब्सक्राइब करें, मेरे चैनल को जरूर फॉलो करें। अब मैं शुरू करता हूं। देखिए, सबसे पहले वेरी शॉर्ट टाइप क्वेश्चंस 1 मार्क के क्वेश्चंस। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, हु रोट द पोएम Ozymandias of Egypt? The answer is Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem. Question number 2, when was Percy Bysshe Shelley born? The answer is he was born on 4th August 1792, right? Question number 3, where was Percy Bysshe Shelley born? The answer is he was born in Sussex, England, right? Question number 4, when did Percy Bysshe Shelley die? The answer is he died on 8th July 1822. Question number 5, where did Percy Bysshe Shelley die? The answer is he died in Italy. Question number 6, whom did the poet meet as mentioned in the poem? The answer is he met a traveler from an ancient land, Egypt. Question number 7, which country is referred to as an antique land? The answer is Egypt is referred to as an antique land. Question number 8, in the poem, whose hand mocked them? The answer is the sculptor's hand mocked them. Question number 9, what was the expression on the face of the statue? The answer is the expression showed pride, cruelty and arrogance. Question number 10, who had understood the passions of Ozymandias well? The answer is the sculptor had understood them well. Question number 11, what is the tone of the poem? The answer is the tone is ironic and reflective. Question number 12, where is the poem set? The answer is it is set in a desert. Now, B short type questions, they carries 2 to 3 marks each. अब जो क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट होने वाले हैं वो शॉर्ट टाइप क्वेश्चन है 2-3 मार्क्स के। आइए देखते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, व्हाट इज अ सोनेट? The answer is a sonnet is a poem of 40 lines with a fixed rhyme scheme, often expressing a single theme or idea. Question number 2, who was Ozymandias? The answer is Ozymandias was a powerful king of ancient Egypt, known for his pride and arrogance. Question number 3, what did the traveler come across in the desert? The answer is he saw the ruined statue of King Ozymandias with a shattered face and broken parts lying on the sand. Question number 4, what was inscribed on the pedestal of the statue? The answer is, my name is Ozymandias, king of kings, look on my works, a mighty and despair. Question number 5, whose greatness is actually glorified in the poem? The answer is, the sculptor's greatness is glorified because his art captured the king's pride perfectly. Question number 6, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed, whose hand and heart has the poet referred to? The answer is, the hand is of the sculptor who mocked Ozymandias and the heart is of Ozymandias who fed pride. Question number 7, what quality of the king is revealed in the poem? The answer is his pride, arrogance and desire for immortality are revealed. Question number 8, what kind of a king was Ozymandias? The answer is he was a proud and boastful king who believed his power would last forever. Question number 9, what does the narrator mean by nothing beside remains? The answer is it means nothing is left around the statue except ruins in an empty desert. Question number 10, Elucidate in brief the irony in the poem. The answer is, the irony is that the king thought his empire would last forever, but only ruins remain in the empty desert. Now, number C, essay type questions. Question number 1, describe the condition of the statue the traveler comes across in the desert. The answer is, the traveler saw two vast and trunkless legs of stone standing in the desert. Near them lay a shattered face with a proud and scornful expression. The sculptor had skillfully carved the passions of the king on the statue. The words on the pedestal showed the king's arrogance, but nothing remained of his empire. The huge statue was broken, and the vast desert surrounded it. It showed the temporary nature of power and glory. Now, question number 2, what is the message that the poet wants to convey in the poem? The answer is, the poet conveys the message that human power, pride, and achievements are temporary. King Ozymandias was proud and thought his empire would never end, but now only ruins of his statue remain in the desert. The poet shows that time destroys all glory and power. Nature and time are stronger than kings and empires. Pride leads to downfall and nothing lasts forever. This is the main theme of the poem. Question number 3, what else remains there besides the broken statue? What does it signify? The answer is, besides the broken statue, there was nothing except endless sand stretching far away. This shows that time destroys everything. The once great empire of Ozymandias has vanished, leaving only ruins in the desert. The empty land signifies the power of time, the helplessness of human pride. No matter how powerful a king is, time spares no one. Everything becomes meaningless before time and nature. Question number 4. The sonnet Ozymandias of Egypt is said to be about human arrogance, and its inevitable results argue for or against this assertion. The answer is, the poem clearly shows the arrogance of King Ozymandias. He thought his empire would last forever and wanted others to look at his works and feel despair. But time destroyed his empire and reduced his statue to ruins. Only the proud words on the pedestal remain, making his arrogance meaningless. The poem proves that human power and pride cannot defeat time. Everything perishes one day, no matter how strong it seems. Question number 5. What range of feelings is suggested by the poem Ozymandias of Egypt by Percy Shelley? The answer is, the poem suggests feelings of pride, irony, sadness, and reflection. Ozymandias felt pride and arrogance when he ruled. The traveler felt wonder seeing the ruined statue. The poet felt irony that the great king's empire had vanished, leaving only ruins. The reader feels sadness that human power is temporary and reflection about the effects of time and nature. Thus, the poem brings out many emotions together. Question number 6. How does the poem illustrate the myth of cheating death? The answer is, Ozymandias believed his power and empire would live forever even after his death. He wanted his statue to show his greatness to future generations, but time and nature destroyed his works. His statue lies broken and nothing remains of his empire. The poem shows that no one can cheat death or time, pride. No one can cheat death or time, pride and power die with the person, and only ruins are left behind. Question number 7. In the poem Ozymandias of Egypt, can you explain using literary devices, techniques, and elements what the poet's attitude towards power is? The answer is, the poet uses irony, imagery, and symbolism to show his attitude towards power. The broken statue is a symbol of destroyed pride. The inscription is ironic because the king's boast contrasts with the ruined scene. Imagery brings the desert and ruins alive before our eyes. Shelley shows that power is temporary and nature and time are stronger than kings. His attitude is critical towards human arrogance. Question number 8. Write the substance of the poem Ozymandias of Egypt. The answer is, the poem tells of a traveler who saw a ruined statue in the desert. The statue's face showed to the king's pride. The inscription boasted about the king's greatness, but nothing of his empire remained. Only ruins stood surrounded by empty desert. The poem shows that human pride, power, and achievements are temporary. Time and nature destroy everything. It is a lesson in humility and the temporary nature of worldly power. Now, question number 9. Analyze the central idea of the poem Ozymandias of Egypt by Percy Shelley? The answer is the central idea of the poem is the impermanence of power and pride. King Ozymandias was arrogant and thought his empire would last forever, but time reduced his works to nothing, only ruins remain in the desert. Shelley shows that no one can defeat time and death. Nature and time destroy everything. Pride, glory, and power are meaningless before them. The poem teaches humility and truth of life's impermanence. Now, number D, reference to context RTC questions. Number A, a shattered visage, a shattered visage, lies whose front or and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command. The answer is these lines have been taken from the poem Ozymandias of Egypt by Percy Shelley. These lines describe the broken face of the statue of Ozymandias. The face shows pride, cruelty, and arrogance. The sculptor captured the king's feelings perfectly. Even though the statue is broken, its expression tells us about the king's character. The sneer of cold command shows he was a proud ruler who looked down on others. Time has destroyed the statue but preserved the king's pride on his face. Number B, which yet survives, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. The answer is these lines have been taken from the poem Ozymandias of Egypt by Percy Shelley. These lines tell us that the sculptor's art has survived, though the statue is broken. The sculptor mocked the king's arrogance by carving it on stone. The heart that fed refers to the king's heart full of pride. The hand that mocked refers to the sculptor's skillful hand. The king's pride is dead, but the sculptor's art lives on through the expression on the statue's face. Number C. Why? My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, here mighty and despair. The answer is these lines have been taken from the poem Ozymandias of Egypt by Percy Shelley. This inscription on the statue shows Ozymandias' arrogance. He calls himself King of Kings and wants others to fear and admire his works. But now nothing remains of his empire except ruins. The words are ironic because they show the king's pride, but time has made his boast meaningless. The empty desert around the ruins teaches that power and pride are temporary. Number D, round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. The answer is these lines have been taken from the poem Ozymandias of Egypt by Percy Shelley. These lines describe the scene around the ruined statue. There is nothing except endless sand and emptiness. The once great empire of Ozymandias has disappeared completely. The words colossal wreck show how time destroys even the mightiest works of man. The empty desert stretching far away teaches that nothing lasts forever and human pride is meaningless before time and nature. मैं एक्सपेक्ट करता हूं कि आप लोग कमेंट सेक्शन में अपने डाउट्स, अपने क्यूरीज, अपने क्वेश्चंस जरूर पूछेंगे और अपने सजेशंस जरूर रखेंगे. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग दिस वीडियो. हैव अ नाइस डे.